Hey guys, StormMakerX here with a new video today. However, this is more of an up-to-date video, not necessarily a how-to video. And the reason for it is because, I'm just going to go ahead and give you guys a, heads up as far as what's been going on, what am I currently working on, and what I plan to pretty much do as a goal, and as far as the deadline that, I have in mind to try to meet. So, let's go ahead and get right on to it. First off, what's been going on? Been doing a lot of crazy stuff. Been doing a lot of remodeling and some repairs, especially locally after all the heavy winds and rains that we've had in the earlier months. And right now we're doing a lot of repair work. So that's pretty much one thing, and it's been steadily getting in my way where I can't work on my armor kit. But I am going to do what I need to do and get it all worked on and up to date. Next thing on pretty much on the list, it was the experience that I had at the local con, and I have to admit it was very positive, very interesting, and quite exciting. I actually enjoyed it very much. First time actually bringing the armor kit over there and showing it off to a lot of the cosplayers and different nerds of all sorts. Heavy on the nerds. Anyway, but I was stopped by quite a few people, adults, and definitely a lot of kids, definitely a lot, because they were impressed because of the armor style and everything. They were just amazed. It was just amazing how they were just coming up to me, patting me on the leg here, and asking just for a picture with them in it. Here I am trying to pose and giving them some good shots. So, but yeah, it was quite the plus, and it's definitely something I don't regret doing. So that's the good part. Alright, now for the bad side. And this was probably no big secret by any means, and I figured probably by some people it was pretty obvious, but I was trying to get an armor kit together and getting it, where I can become an official member of the Mandalorian Mercs Costuming Club, or MMCC, as some would refer to. The only problem is, unfortunately, the armor kit did not get approved. The biggest thing was because of the armor pieces around the torso area, and I'm going to go ahead and give you a look here as far as what I'm talking about. They said that the pieces like the back plate, the 5 chest pieces, collarbone, 2 pecs, diamond and ab plate, and also the shoulder pieces were unfortunately they seemed like they were a little small and not exactly as wide as it needs to be for someone of my body frame. As several of you guys know, I got these armor pieces from the Mandalorian Arsenal, or TMA, and when David White put it together, as far as the body frame, it was meant for someone who is 5 feet 8 inches and 285 pounds. Unfortunately, I happen to be 6 feet right on and 230 pounds. So yes, there was quite a bit of difference in the sizing. So unfortunately, because of that, I did not get the OM status, but it is what it is. When I first heard about that, I was down by quite a bit. I was very, I had a lot of mixed feelings about it, but it was one of those cases after, a little bit, I was able to get back in the zone and pretty much accept the fact that it is what it is. And I pretty much had 2 choices to make. I could either just sit down and just complain about it and just be negative about it, or I can just go ahead and take it for what it is and get back up and try again. So I decided to go ahead and be positive about it, and we're going to do it again. So in this case, from this point forward, with any of the new videos I will be making, this will be referred to as Armor Kit 1.1, as 1.0 will be referring to all these other pieces. So from this, yeah, it's going to be a second round of extensive creativity, but I do believe I've gone too far to go back now. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. Now for what I'm currently working on. As the main problem is right now, the plates were small on the torso. I think the main reason for that is when it was placed on me with just a plain shirt, it looked like it was going to fit. However, unfortunately, I didn't take an account for the scrub jacket here and the flock vest that I was going to go ahead and use on top of me to put on top of the plates, which made it look smaller in the first place, hence why it didn't get approved. So with that being the problem, I needed to go ahead and pretty much improve on it. With that being said, I have been looking into the templates that they had on the site, and the one that I needed was the one for Jango Fett. Now, Boba Fett plates wouldn't be bad to work with either, due to the fact that there are similarities between the two. However, the Jango Fett plates were more accurate and more, I guess you could say, comparable with the Deathwatch style versus Boba Fett. Now, as I was printing off the Jango Fett style, let me go ahead and give you another visual over here. As I was printing off the Jango Fett styles, I started realizing that I could easily convert these pieces on over to actually have the Deathwatch look, because there were some similar pieces that, if just trimmed to a certain way, it would still maintain the Deathwatch look. So when I started putting my head into it, I literally made some Deathwatch plates. Okay, let me see here. Here's this. I bet this one goes on this side. Yes, it does. And this one here. So here are my custom Deathwatch plates. And unlike that of my first run, I actually had some people take a look at it that were in the Mercs. And quite a few of them said, yes, this is spot on. Definitely go with this style. It's wider. It definitely covers. And I had these pieces placed on me too, so that's how come why they know it's going to work. And so all I have to do is get the right type of plastic, trim it with the templates around it, and shape them up, and therefore, voila, I'll have my new plates. So it's not exactly, it's back to scratch with it, but it's not exactly complete. At least I'm not working on all the pieces, otherwise that would have really made me unhappy. So I know some people would have already given up by now. Here's the back plate, along with those other pieces, and also the shoulder piece. Forgot to introduce that one. This one I actually kind of more custom made, straight on from the Jango Fett style. Now, like I said, there are some some things that are different from Jango Fett's versus Deathwatch, but I was able to trim everything toward that it matched with, because I was looking at comparing pictures from Clone Wars and looking at the Deathwatch armor and the style and everything, and was able to create the template based on it. So we will be using these to make the new plates and everything. With that being said, good news is I was able to find a plastic company that actually makes the same type of plastic that my armor is made of. So with that being said, yes, I will be able to still make the armor of the same plastic, and even though it won't be vacuum formed, I'll be using a heat gun, so that will actually help me get the shape in like I want. So this is still good news. This is definitely something I can work with. So yes, there are some positive things about it. So that's definitely what I'm going to be going with, and we've already tested it with the sizing on all of this. It's going to work, and I definitely believe in it. So yeah, the only other thing that I'm going to have to adjust a little bit on, okay, straighten up the gauntlets here. One other thing is this, and even though with the glove on, I feel like it's still a little small, because I feel like it needs to be where it covers. I wish I could get my other hand here, but if you compare it to my hand here, I think it needs to be a little bit wider, because it's almost like there's a centimeter, not centimeter, I'm sorry, about like half an inch around that doesn't seem to cover my hand on the width. So that might be something I'll go ahead and make some